What up, fantasy football people? Week 13 is pretty much in the books as of right now.
Too many people got injured this week. I hate it here.
Yes, if you are like us, you are feeling these injuries a lot. We'll
At least two quarterbacks, at least two wide receivers, and at least two running backs.
yes. We'll start at the top. Tank Dell, wide receiver, Houston Texans, out for the season.
Yep.
Broken fibula. So
He won some people some weeks too. That's not an easy one to replace.
yeah,
Yeah, he was fucking number two on the rookies all season.
They had a thing on Yahoo's homepage that said receivers to replace Tank Dell with, and it was some stupid shit. It was like Rashid Shaheed, Khalil Shakur, and Demario Douglas. And I was like, well, first off, Demario Douglas is out too. And those other two aren't going to give you Tank Dell numbers. It was such a ridiculous ass fucking article.
The only reason they're saying that, I guarantee you, is because them fools are just available in a lot of Yahoo leagues.
I'm pretty sure you're right about that, but it's so dumb.
would y'all look at like I mean, you're not going to get 17 to 20 probably from that. Like, you're going to have to hope that you have a wide receiver too to kind of throw up in there. Like, hopefully you have like a Jordan Addison or somebody like that. But like a Jonathan Mingo, would you look at? I mean, he's getting quality 11 to 10 points a game right now.
Yeah, that offense has opened up a little bit. That is a good, like, yeah, I could see that.
I mean,
After this past week, maybe Alec Pierce from the
I would say
Colts
he balled this week.
Yeah.
this week.
Um, I think it depends on your league. If you play PPR, then yeah, I think Alec Pierce and maybe a Mingo would be worth it. But if it's non PPR, it might not. But at the end of the day, there's not much you can do.
I was gonna say, like, most people are on the waiver wire, so it's not like there's
Yeah.
gonna be a lot of shit sitting there.
I mean, like, would y'all check out Devontae Parker now that Zappy's quarterback? He had a
Mm-mm,
10 piece.
I watched that game a little bit of it. No,
What
don't do that.
about
Uh-uh. Uh-uh.
like Quentin Johnson?
Okay, yes, that one because I think he has a lot of boom potential. Like yesterday, I didn't play him, but he gave me it was 11 points I could have used.
Like, we know realistically you're not gonna replace that what you
Yeah.
lost. You're just not. Unless it's on your bench, you still probably won't replace it unless you just have luck. But I mean, you're gonna want something out of your receiver that you pick up.
You want me to tell you who I'd be trying to go and scoop up right now since he's only rostered in 24% of leagues? Is Jamison Williams.
I mean, yes,
That's
if they just give him the shot, just give him a
Yeah.
shot, and he's gonna make use of that. That dude
exactly.
is so talented.
He is. He's fast as fuck, dude.
I know.
Yesterday when he ran that one in and jumped for like 8 yards into the end zone, like, dude, if they give him a chance, like you're saying, he would go off. But and they already said that they are planning on upping his whole situation. But
Yeah.
like I said, until that happens, it remains to be seen. But
I mean, also like just how they've been playing lately. If there's like a Jaden Reed, a Christian Watson, I've seen in a league available, like
yeah,
they're not the greatest. They haven't performed the best, but it's like, all right, I could see you going off for a game or two, which I could use to replace Tank Dell. You know?
Yeah.
yeah,
Looking at the other receivers that they're not as of right now out, but they've got injured. Of course, Puka Nakua. From what it sounds like, he'll be good for week 14, but it's an injury to monitor for sure.
yeah.
And then, as of this recording today, Christian Kirk, groin injury, not returning. So we'll see how that means for week 14. If let's say Puka's out, does that move Tutu Atwell into a must-have for this week, or is
It
it?
like it goes back to what you said to start. Is like on your particular team, you have to have some because Puka's a for sure are a wide receiver too on a
Yeah,
team, in my opinion. You know, so like you should have something to replace Puka
Yeah.
as a wide receiver too, and hope that you can still have somebody to go back to that flex spot.
yeah. If
I
you,
But
mean,
like to say like directly replace on my fantasy team, like I get what you're saying. Like Tutu could get more run, but I don't think Tutu's worth trying to find out if he could replace Puka's numbers.
yeah, I don't, trust
yeah, I
your
don't.
bench player that you
Yeah,
should
Yeah,
have already by 14 than the waiver wire. I get it.
yeah. I don't. Yeah, I don't think Tutu's gonna replace him. But I mean, if you're in a pinch and he doesn't, and Puka doesn't play, Tutu might be solid for the week. But I'd be trying to go get JSN since he's only rostered in 57% of leagues too, because even as the wide receiver 3 over there, he's still putting up decent numbers.
JSN would be a good pickup if he's available to you. Curtis Samuel would be a good pickup if he's available to you. Just stay away from the other like Mac. Don't go for like a Mac Hollins or anything like that. Don't do that. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
No.
Like a direct like replacement, say for a Tank Dell, for instance. Like I'm pretty sure Noah Brown's available to a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're really like down and out, and you're like, all right, I got to swing for the fences. I need a miracle. Mechie.
I was gonna say I
Itchy.
might be going and picking up Mechie just to see what happens. You know?
I mean, there's a few people as of right now with all these injuries. It's literally trying to shoot fish in a barrel type of thing. Like you're just in
Another
complete
receiver to
darkness.
keep your eye on, just because of like the injuries on his team. Cedric Tillman. Like if Cedric Tillman and Elijah Moore are available to you on the waiver wire, I'd consider it.
Yeah. I mean, you bring up Tillman, and that kind of brings up the Amari Cooper injury. It's like concussion. We don't know what's going to happen. So next man up kind of mentality there. So he's definitely a guy to pay attention to. We move on to the running backs. I mean,
Ugh,
Rhamondre
Rhamondre.
Stevenson is probably the top of the top. High ankle sprain from what we've heard so far. Out for probably multiple weeks, which if you have him, you probably have lost him for now until playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, then you get into the Brian Robinson. He's injured. Oh, it was concussion. I believe it was concussion, right?
Yeah, he's a concussion.
And then Derrick Henry was concussion, but not concussion. So we're gonna figure out that one day. But
Yeah, that's gonna be a Tua situation.
yeah. So we'll
The
figure
way
out.
this season's gone, if people are strictly reliant on their waiver wire for a running back, I'm pretty sure it's slim picking.
Uh, I actually do y'all. Are we moving on to running backs now?
Yes.
Pretty much.
Okay, so would y'all be going to pick up Zeke?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I was thinking that immediately when Rhamondre went down. Zeke might be the number one waiver wire pickup this week.
Yes. He's
And
probably
then
gonna go in big time.
do y'all go pick up Tajay Spears?
I would have been had Tajay Spears.
Yeah, most people would, but
Yeah.
I
If
don't
he's
think
available,
Tajay's-
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's one
And-
of the, yeah, I was supposed to see him available.
And I forgot about another person that got hurt was Zach Charbonnet. Do y'all think DJ Dallas is going to be a solid pickup?
I don't know about solid, but he'll get picked up. It's just one of those things where like there's just like nothing else available. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you have to do it.
Yeah, you got to take the risk.
It's late in the year. If you're in a deep league, it's just handcuff pickups. Now.
Like even like a Samaje Perine, I'm pretty sure might be available in a lot of leagues. They tried to use him. He was crap, but I mean,
yeah,
for all we know, he might not run across the Texans defense again. So
I mean, an interesting guy. He's only rostered in 27 Yahoo leagues. Kenneth Gainwell. I mean, he got 9 points against San Fran.
but that was one of the games where I suspected they were going to use him more than they actually did, because that's the kind of game that they have him for.
Yeah.
Those dominate the lines, like dirty ass games. But I just don't think that he's going to get that kind of production every week because they just don't use him.
No, I'm just saying as like a good like handcuff. Like if you have him and you have a spot for him, because if Swift goes out,
True.
I mean, as of this,
No,
point,
yeah, for sure. Like if you got a spot and Gainwell's sitting there, and it's like, all right, who do I have sitting on my bench? Do I want Gainwell or do I want like freaking
Dalvin Cook.
Mingo or like some bullshit receivers? Like, nah, I'm gonna sit that running back down on my bench.
Like there's some guys here that I'm like, man, I definitely don't want you even on my team. Like,
I mean, Matt Breida maybe is Saquon.
Mm. Would
You
y'all
know what I
go get
mean?
Roshan Johnson?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I just wouldn't confidently be able to play him.
Yeah,
yeah,
And there's nothing he's done. It's just that team. I don't like that
yeah.
team. I don't like how it's ran. I don't like its face. I don't like its
It's like
player.
it's like having a running back on the Ravens. Like as long as Lamar's there, you can't trust a
It's
running back
even
quarterback.
worse because at least the Ravens have an idea what they're trying to do. Chicago,
Yeah.
they Eberflus is a dumbass. Like they
This
have
is
no clue
this
what's
is
going
like
on.
having a running back on the Ravens in 2019.
Yes, exactly. Greg Roman was a dumbass. Eberflus is a dumbass.
Yeah.
um, moving on to quarterbacks. I mean, more than likely these are not your quarterbacks on your team. Hopefully they're not still.
But
Uh,
if they are,
yeah. But if they are, Kenny Pickett and Derek Carr are both injured. Kenny Pickett's definitely out for a little bit.
Yeah.
Derek Carr we'll still see, but it does, I feel, implicate what happens to those other players on that team now, like especially the
yes.
Steelers with Najee, Jalen Warren, Pickens, Deontay Johnson, Pat Fryermuth. Like, dude, their value go
I
down.
think the Pittsburgh receivers value goes down.
The
Not the
running
running
back,
game.
yeah, the running
I
game's
think they
gonna
pretty
stay there.
stay the same. I actually dare say that it decreases Deontay's value and then it increases Pickens a little bit because maybe they're going to try to do some trickery with George Pickens.
Yeah.
So, who would you go and try and pick up if that does happen to be your quarterback?
I don't know who you could get. I honestly don't know who you could get. You want Jake Browning from Cincinnati?
You got two tutties right now as of this recording.
Mm-hmm.
He's giving me more points right now than Justin Herbert did this week.
I
Would you
mean,
go? Would you play Gardner Minshew?
it's matchup dependent. I think
Yeah,
it's straight up matchup dependent for everybody that week. Like
yeah, no doubt.
If Minshew's playing like
He
Minshew's
plays.
playing
He
like,
plays Cincinnati week 14.
and then you have another player like a decent ass receiver, quarterback like Baker, but he plays like say Baker. I don't know who they play. Say it's somebody tough. I'm probably gonna take Minshew. If it was opposite, I might take Baker.
The Baker's playing Atlanta next week.
Oh, they're both pretty easy.
Realistically, you're probably gonna have Minshew available in your
Yes,
waivers because he's
and
owned in.
Bryce.
Yeah, he's owned in half of the leagues that Baker's owned in.
Yeah.
I mean, you could take a swing at Trubisky if you wanted him,
I don't
but
want him.
I was gonna say like you could take a swing on that shit, but you're gonna be mad if you hit yourself.
That's a big swing.
I know there's a few people that have like two quarterback leagues, so I know they're definitely probably wondering what to do. Um, I mean, it's if those are your second quarterbacks or those are like your quarterback. I mean, you might be doing quarterback by committee, like we said. Gardner Minshew 1 week, Baker 1 week, Josh
If like
Dobbs.
all the if like say for instance you've been like playing with Pickett or whoever Derek Carr because those were kind of my guys when I traded Trevor Lawrence away. Uh, Aiden O'Connell, I'd keep my eye on him if I really needed a quarterback.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I don't know why. I think he's okay. He's not good, but he's okay.
Let's
I mean,
see.
there's worse picks out there. You could get Bryce Young 7 points every week if that's what you want.
That's yeah. Let's see here. Aiden O'Connell.
Um, he looks up Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah, he's had 12 points and then 13 points, and everything else has been under 10.
I said okay, not good.
No. I'm saying like at this point, if you're down bad and you need somebody, like I don't.
I know
think
that
has
sounds
to
like
fit.
shit, like less than 10, but literally I had -7 points from a quarterback in a game. That's ridiculous.
That's because Nick's league takes off points for getting sacked.
Yeah, sorry. Um, last one for tight ends. I mean, Dalton Schultz, of course, still injured. Well, he's probably going to come back. So if you're owner of him, you'll be fine. But Tyler Higbee,
Mm-hmm.
I hope
if you
aren't the
owned
owner
him,
of him.
you bought in on the Higbee train.
I knew I should have. I even mentioned it to you the other day. I said, should I buy it in the bullshit? And you laughed at me. So I was like, I'm not doing it.
Well, he got injured, so he had
I mean,
he got avoided the concussion, but had a stinger, so he's probably coming back. But.
Brevin Jordan looked good the other day. As fantasy, one more catch or that touchdown would have went a long way.
I mean, there's like that one game last year where OJ Howard had 2 fucking touchdowns for the Texans and never did anything again.
Yeah, but that was pretty much our whole offense when he did that, and
yeah,
I trust our system because our tight end always gets productive. You know what I'm saying, for the Texans.
Would y'all look at Tucker Kraft maybe?
Yeah, he looked good the other day.
For the Green Bay Packers. I mean, all in all, Love looks. I mean, I don't know. We'll see how he goes the rest of the year, but so far he's been decent.
Yeah, the past couple weeks he's been legit.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, I mean, I think we covered pretty much everybody that is injured as of right now. If you have multiple of these people, I feel sorry for your team. You might as well just pay up your league dues.
Yeah.
I got two of these at least.
I got one. I got 2. I got Rhamondre and fucking Schultz.
I got Rhamondre and Christian Kirk.
I have Christian Kirk.
I have both of them in both leagues. This is gonna be fun, man.
I have Christian Kirk in the league, and yeah, that's fun.
Well, fantasy football people, make sure you join us Tuesday. We will be live to help you on who to pick up, on who to drop. If you still have trades, you can always ask us questions. Drop comments down below. We will answer them for you. Make sure you like, subscribe to the Bayou City Boys, where we will help you out because we ain't got nothing else to do. So, other than that, much love, guys and gals. We're out of here. Later.
How much I'm working for this? I swear my dreams are too important.